Welcome students. Today in chapter 2 polynomials we will take the topic factorization of polynomials by factor theorem. Here we are having a polynomial which is a cubic polynomial and we have to factorize it. So let us assume this cubic polynomial to be p of x. Move to the last term which is the constant term 2. What are the factors of 2? Here they are 2 into 1 is 2 and minus 2 into minus 1 is also 2. So we got 4 factors plus and minus 1 and plus and minus 2 which we have penned down over here. Now by trial method we will find one by one at which value of x are we going to get 0. It means if we replace x with plus 1 and then minus 1 plus 2 and then minus 2, then on which value of p of 1 or minus 1, 2 or minus 2, during which value will we get equal to 0. Coincidentally, when we are replacing x with 1, we are getting 0. So let us see how it works. Now replace x with 1. So you get 1 cube which is 1, minus 2 into 1 squared is minus 2, again minus 1 and then plus 2. So we get 3 minus 3 and that works out to be 0. So by trial method we got that p of 1 is 0. So if p of 1 is 0, then x minus 1 will be the factor of p of x. This is by the converse of factor theorem. Do you remember that if p of a is 0, then by converse of factor theorem, x minus a will be the factor of the polynomial p of x. So here p of 1 is 0, so we have to take x minus 1. Then only we will get x is equal to 1, which is p of 1. To get x is equal to 1, we have to put x minus 1 is equal to 0. This is the factor theorem. So one of the factors is x minus 1. Will be the verification that here also you will get 2, which was also required. If you don't get this final term as 2, you would have committed mistake somewhere. So you have to again go through the sum. You have to go through this particular step. Now here you are finding that x minus 1 is common. And what was outside the bracket? Here it is x squared, here it's minus x, and here it is minus 2. Make a group of these three terms and then use the splitting middle term method to factorize this, which is very simple for you. Here minus x is there. When you split the middle term, you get minus 2x plus x. And then from these two terms, what will be common? X. What will remain in the bracket? X minus 2. Once you take x minus 2 in the bracket, you have to compulsory take x minus 2 the other time also. And what is remaining outside the bracket? 1. So the three factors are x minus 1, x minus 2 and x plus 1. Why there are three factors? Because it is a cubic polynomial. Here we are given a cubic polynomial, but this time the variable is y. So let us assume p of y is equal to the given cubic polynomial. Now go to the last term, it is 1. So the factors of 1 are 1 and minus 1. So let us first try with 1. So P of 1 is equal to, replace y with 1 and you will get the answer 0. That is why y minus 1 is the factor of P of y. How this is? This is from the factor theorem. Do you remember the converse of factor theorem? If P of A is equal to 0, then x minus A is the factor of the polynomial P of x. It means we are replacing x with A. Then we are getting 0. See, I am explaining you factor theorem along with the examples, so you won't find it difficult. It means we have to replace x with A. Here our A is 1. So we are replacing, here our A is, uh, here our A is 1 and here in place of x we are talking about variable y. So there is not a big deal that whether it is P of x or P of y. But you have to remember that when you are taking P of 1, you will have y minus 1, not y plus 1. So don't forget that. If here it is P of 1, then you have to write here minus 1. If here it is minus 1, then you have to write here plus 1. If here it is 2, then you have to write here minus 2. If here it is minus 2, you have to write here plus 2. That is factor theorem. See, if it is A, then we write minus A. Now we have to rearrange this polynomial over here, the terms of the polynomial over here. Now we will take y minus 1 3 times, because we first we got the first step, we got that y minus 1 is the factor. So this factor should be taken 3 times. Why 3 times? Because it is a cubic polynomial and we are factorizing a cubic polynomial. Now we have to think of the term over here which will give us 2y cubed. We are already having y, so what is required? 2y squared is required. When we multiply 2y squared with y, we will get 2y cubed. And this term and this term are becoming same. But subsequently, we are even getting minus 2y squared, which we have written over here. But minus 2y squared is not our second term. Our second term is y squared. Now, how can we make it y squared? Then we have to add something, because here it is in subtraction. So we have to add a number which is greater than minus 2. That should be plus 3y squared. So when you add plus 3y squared, you will get plus y squared. So this you have to decide. It will take a little bit of your time. It will consume your time. So you peacefully decide what is required over here. Since this is minus 2 and our requirement is plus 1. So what we add to minus 2 to get plus 1, we add 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we require 3y. We are already having y and we require 3y squared. So we are already having 1y. What should be outside the bracket? It should be 3y. Then we will get 3y squared. So on putting 3y outside, we can match this 3y squared with this 3y squared. But subsequently, we are even getting minus 3y. So you write down over here minus 3y. Again, move to the question. Our requirement is not minus 3y but minus 2y. So how can we arrive at minus 2y from minus 3y? We need to add 1. So we have added 1y. We have to add like terms only we can add. So we are going to add plus 1y. But here we are already having y, so only our requirement is 1. So put that 1 outside the bracket and match it with this y. 1y and here also y. So this both are matching. And subsequently you are getting minus 1, which is again matching. If your last term is matching, it means your this entire step is correct. But if your last term, if it doesn't match, then you have committed some mistake. So you check it over. Now, from here, you can see that y minus 1 is common. And what is remaining? 2y squared plus 3y and plus 1 which are outside the bracket. You have to make a group of them and then you have to split the middle term, which is very simple for you. 3y is equal to 2y plus y, and then make the group of these two terms. What is common in these two terms? 2y is common. You get in bracket y plus 1. Once you get in bracket y plus 1, you have to compulsory use it second time also, and you find out which number should be outside the bracket. Here the number that is common outside the bracket is 1 from these two terms. From these two terms it was 2y, and from these two terms the common one is only 1. Now make a group of 2y plus 1, which is your second this factor, and the third factor is 2y plus 1, and y plus 1 is the second factor. So there are three factors: y minus 1, which we already found out, and then y plus 1 here we are finding by splitting middle terms, these two factors y plus 1 and 2y plus 1. Students, you have to do this assignment. All the best and practice the sums properly. Thank you.